We're taking off from the Kennedy Space Center, our multi-user spaceport. I'm Yves Lamoth, and we're cruising on the Crawler Transporter 2. With us today is John Giles, the Crawler Transporter Project Manager, here to tell us a little bit more about the crawler. What exactly is the Crawler Transporter used for?
We will take the launch vehicles out to the pad and the ML and whatever anybody asks us to. And we've been doing it for over 50 years. Everything that's launched from pad 39A or B rode out there on one of our two crawlers.
So the Crawler Transporter is massive, and you said it goes at a top speed of 2 miles an hour. Is it because of how heavy it is? How much does the Crawler Transporter weigh?
So the crawler itself weighs about 6.6 million pounds, which is actually kind of small compared to we carry things that are 10, 12, 14 million pounds. So what we'll do is we'll travel underneath something. We'll go underneath it, we'll pick it up, like the ML, for instance, with the launch vehicle on board, and we'll jack it up, we'll take it out, we'll drop down to our cruising level, and then we'll go out to the pad on top of a specifically prepared crawler way, which consists of about a foot of rocks, and then below the rocks are about 4 feet of hydraulically compressed limestone, and then below that is many feet of sand that's been compressed to support all of our weight.
Another question is, how do you see in front or behind you with how big the Crawler Transporter is?
So we will actually have a team of about 20 personnel that go with us the whole way out there that'll either be on board or walking alongside, and everyone will be on radios and in contact with each other, and the driver will frequently say, hey, somebody on the other side of the crawler, tell me how close I'm getting to this. So we have eyes all over it.
So one of the things that I've noticed is the pad, it goes up a hill, so to speak. So how does the Crawler Transporter handle bringing the rocket up there without it tipping over?
So the crawler has its own unique leveling system on it, and once it determines that we're out of level, we have what we call a GEL system, which stands for Jacking, Equalization, and Leveling, and it's basically a hydraulic system that once it's told by the manometer system to level us, will actually make adjustments and keep us at whatever level we want to be. So the incline going up to the pad is about 5 degrees. So as we go up to it, the crawler will actually articulate 5 degrees, so it keeps the ML and the launch vehicle on top.
So here we are in the engine room, what takes the Crawler Transporter from point A to point B. This is a very large engine, seems quite complex. What are the specs on it?
So this is an original engine that came out of a locomotive back in the 1960s. That's why you see ALCO here, American Locomotive Company. Same engine that would have rolled a locomotive down the tracks back then. It's V16, turbocharged, 2,750 horsepower.
So with an engine this size, how many gallons of gas does it take to operate it?
Takes a lot of gallons. We run on diesel, not gas. We carry our own onboard gas with us. We have 2 separate tanks, and they carry a total of 5,000 gallons of diesel fuel.
5,000 gallons. Now, how many miles per gallon does the Crawler Transporter get?
I'd like to say we get lots of miles per gallon, but it's really only 32 feet per gallon.
What exactly is this room used for?
So we're standing in the control room, and this is where the engineers will sit while we're rolling. And we'll have 3 to 4 engineers in here, and they'll all be monitoring these different screens. And on these screens, the engineers will see things like hydraulic pressures and the leveling system and steering and engine output and just everything we would need to control the crawler from in here.
So this is the Crawler Transporter driver's cabin. Now, is there any specialized training required to be able to drive the Crawler Transporter?
There is a lot of specialized training, and it probably takes at least a year to a year and a half of on-the-job training and driving of the crawler to be able to be certified.
Now, if you don't tell anyone, will you let me take it for a ride?
We'll let you sit in the chair, but I don't know if I'll be able to talk anybody into letting you take it for a ride, though.
So maybe after a year of training?
We'll start you in the next training class.
Well, John, thank you so much for coming out and sharing some information with us about the Crawler Transporter. Once again, I'm Yves Lamoth from the Kennedy Space Center, our multi-user spaceport.